Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So in this video, we're just going to have a quick look at 6 new features that are going to be rolling out shortly to Windows 11, where at first they are coming as an optional update for the June update, which is the bug fix C-release update, which if we don't see it later today, will I think roll out towards the rest and the end of this week and the end of the month. And then the 6 features we're going to look at now will also reach everyone as part of the July 2026 Patch Tuesday update, which will be rolling out on the second Tuesday of July, which will be the 14th, Tuesday the 14th of July 2026. So in no particular order, the first one is that Windows 11 widgets are going to be less annoying, where after years of feedback, widgets will no longer open on hover by default, which currently is not the case. You have to toggle the setting off and then it doesn't open on hover. So that's going to be the default functionality, which I think is great. And notification counts will also be minimized by default and badge colors adjusted to match your Windows accent color. And over and above that, first-time users will land directly on the widgets dashboard instead of the MSN feed, which is currently not the case, which I do think is a good move. And something else to mention as well is that for new users, you will only see a weather widget on your lock screen, where currently there's a whole bunch of widgets. So for first-time users, you'll only get the weather widget, which I do think is a small little significant change, as I would say, on the channel. Now, for the rest, we're just going to have a look at a couple of images provided by the folks over at Windows Latest. I'll leave the post in the description. And the next one, number 2, will let you pause updates indefinitely with a new calendar, which is a highly requested feature, where Windows 11 is getting a calendar-based update pause system, where you can pick an end date to pause updates for up to 35 days. You can also extend the pause by selecting a new end date and then repause whenever you need to, which I do think is great, and that's been a long time coming. And then next up, we have point-in-time restore, which is a recovery feature Microsoft has been testing for months now and is now making its way to all Windows 11 PCs shortly, as mentioned, with our next optional update and next Patch Tuesday update for July. And when turned on, Windows automatically creates restore points of your entire system, including apps, settings, and personal files, and keeps them for up to 72 hours. And if something goes wrong, you can then roll back to one of those snapshots from the recovery environment, which I do think is great. And that's it in the recovery environment. And you can also set how often restore points are created, anywhere from up to 4 hours to every 24 hours. So you've got a lot of options available. And the good news is that the feature works offline. So there's no dependency on the cloud, which is a nice move. And then number 4 is we get a feature called screen tint, and most of these guys I have featured in previous videos, but I just thought a quick recap for the purpose of this video, where Windows 11 is adding a dedicated screen tint feature as part of a set of accessibility improvements, where screen tint now applies a full screen color overlay, as we can see, to make the display easier to look at. And just take note, it's different from night light, which adjusts just the color temperature to warm or cool. What screen tint does, it lets you control the color and intensity. And something else is, over and above that, you will get up to 6 preset colors, and you'll also be able to choose a custom tint color using the color picker, which I think is a nice move. Then another small significant change is with magnifier, where you can now type a specific zoom percentage directly into the magnifier window and adjust it in defined increments, rather than having to drag a slider. And the magnifier bar also now has a settings menu, so you can change zoom increments without having to go to Windows settings each time, which is nice to see. And then Number 6 is that Bluetooth is getting quite a lot of improvements with this update, which I'm just going to mention quickly, which if you are using Bluetooth and Bluetooth devices, I do think is a step in the right direction. Where Bluetooth is getting improvements across microphone sync, device compatibility, audio stability, connection reliability, and device management. And the biggest new addition is microphone mute sync, which basically means that when you press the mute button on your Bluetooth headset, Windows will now keep the mute state in sync between the audio mixer and the hands-free profile, where before this rolled out, the mute indicator on your headset could fall out of sync with what Windows 11 understood about the mic state. And then next up we get compatibility, where AirPods will appear faster in pairing mode, and the Beats Studio Pro headphones will get improved microphone reliability. And Bluetooth LE audio streaming, which Windows 11 added to support features like share audio for 2 headphones, will recover now more reliably after a connection is lost and starts playing audio faster when the microphone is also in use. And classic Bluetooth audio devices reconnect more quickly after Windows resumes from hibernation. So quite a lot rolling out for Bluetooth and Bluetooth devices. So guys, that's just a quick overview of 6 new features we can expect to see rolling out as part of our optional update for this month and the Patch Tuesday update for July 2026. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.